Magic Johnson, it was one of the most successful guys in the NBA back in the 1980s, early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. He been playing around. Magic Johnson had the life, the fame. He grew up poor, but he was a hard worker. He grew up to be successful. He has that charisma, the voice, the height. There's something about him that's charming. He seems like a nice guy. He met Cookie, a very beautiful woman. He has kids, and he seemed to have a nice life. And he's always making speeches, and he just has that nice guy image about him. He's always making interviews. He just seemed like a nice guy. But he something happened to him. He was out. Of course, with the playing in the NBA, you're gonna get exposed to women. Women are gonna throw themselves at you when you're famous and rich and famous, and you're celeb. You're like, you're in the NBA. He's a celebrity. Everybody knows him. He can't go nowhere. He can't go to the mall. If he goes to the mall, he's gonna get chased by people. The guy can't go anywhere. He can't go get a hot dog at a stand and without people asking for his autograph. And so he knew this when he was in college. When he went, he knew this in high school that becoming famous is not easy. Of course you're gonna have women coming at you and throwing themselves at you and lusting after you, trying looking all cute for you, but the lust, all that temptation he had. Even though he was with Cookie, Cookie was a beautiful woman and he was getting what he wanted. He got the sex and he got the woman, he got he got the love, but he still had women throwing themselves at him. Playing basketball, women, there's a lot of cute women on the stands. He walking, he see women chasing after him. Hey, so of course he had his temptation. And when he first came out in 1991 with the AIDS, people thought he was gay. No. People thought AIDS. There were people who were born with AIDS. They catch it from their parents. It's inherited from their parent. Or somebody from their family. It's in their DNA. Somebody in their family had AIDS, and somehow they contracted it. Or it can be sexual activity can be through AIDS too. Like if a man's out there having sex with a prostitute, he's gonna catch some kind of disease. He might get AIDS. With and with Magic Johnson, with all his fame, being a young guy in your 20s, 30s, and you have all these women coming at you, throwing themselves at you, and you got these urges. You're like, oh, I don't want to do it. I want to do it. I'm just gonna be her friend. We gonna talk. Maybe he wanted to be their friend, and maybe he just wanted to talk to them. But his urges, like he used that power. Especially there's a lot of NBA guys right now who are sleeping around. I'm not trying to pick on nobody, but I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron James was out there sleeping around with a whole bunch of women. Why? Because he's famous. Even though he got kids, I think he married. He still got women throwing themselves at him. The letters, women sending him letters. Women asking for autographs. A lot of attractive women. He got a lot of pretty women trying to get with him, and he's like, oh, maybe he's a good man. Maybe he likes to turn them down, but there's a lot of guys in the NBA right now who are sleeping around with women. Because they can have any woman they want, and they don't even have to date a woman. They can just sleep with them. Because if women feel like they know him, because they play basketball, they see him on TV. They say, "Oh, I know him." They don't even know the guy, but women are easy. They're vulnerable, and this guy spent his whole life being rejected by women. Now he got women throwing themselves at him. They don't. He don't have to talk to them. He just go right to the bedroom to him. But he came out in 91, Magic Johnson. The whole world was scared. He said, they were like nervous. Everybody in the NBA was nervous. Everybody seemed to be scared of him. He's like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing. It can't. He's like, it can't be spreaded. This is something. He said it's something he did. He went out there. He slept with a whole bunch of women, and that means he slept with a lot of women. If he kept the contact AIDS, that means he done slept with these over 30 women. A lot of women. He was using that power. He was getting what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm saying. But he got what he wanted. He got what he wanted. He got the fame, fortune, the women, the sex, the life, whatever he was doing. I don't know him. I'm not gonna judge the guy because I don't even know the guy. But he decided that he felt guilty about what he did. He could have kept it a secret. He went to the doctor. They told him he had AIDS. He went home. He went to his wife. He told his wife Cookie. Cookie seemed like a nice woman. She seemed like very mild mannered. And he was crying. He said, "I'm sorry, but I have AIDS. It's something I was messing with a couple of women in my past, and somehow I contracted the disease." And he said she slapped him. She slapped him. She slapped him into the next week. She slapped him and she told him never to do it again. If you do this again, I will leave you. I'm gonna give you a second chance. She gave him a second chance. She told him to go tell the whole world about this. That if you telling me this, why don't you just tell everybody this? So he went on national TV, humiliated himself. He didn't do this because he wanted to. He did it because his wife made him. She's like, if you don't tell the whole world about this, what you did, I'm gonna leave you. You know, that means he had to face humiliation, people being scared of him, kind of like the corona, the virus. Everybody got scared of everybody else. But it's like he didn't want his wife to leave him. The woman he loved, he didn't want her to go and meet another guy and have another family with another man. So he went out there, took the risk. Everything ended up good. People forgot about it over the years, and his life ended up pretty good. He found a cure, and now he's doing pretty good. And now he's trying to help other people with AIDS. So, Mr. J here, peace.